My introduction into the flat earth theory came from an insatiable appetite to make sense of some of the oddities I saw in the world around me. First, the photos of Earth didn't seem right. 99% of them were composites, and the rest, well, they just seemed artificial. I'd watched the live footage of the ISS travelling across our globe, and it looked fake. Then I watched a video of Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent. I really recommend you check him out and listen to his theories on why the Earth is flat. It was he who challenged anyone to prove that they live on a globe. Well, I did just that. Of course, I don't have the financial means to travel into space, take a photo and come back, but we do have means to truly see the world for what it is. Whether you believe we are revolving around the sun and spinning on our axis every 24 hours, or the sun is rotating around us, the speed at which this occurs is consistent. The sun will rise over parts of the world today, and 24 hours later, do the same thing. We also have another known factor, which is the distance between 2 points on the map at the same latitude. We can use Google to see when the sun rises anywhere in the world. For example, we can search for sunrise in Prague and Frankfurt. They both lie on a latitude 50 degrees north. I know the distance between both cities. I can work out the time taken for the sun to rise in Prague and then in Frankfurt. The difference in time between both informs us how quickly the sun has travelled over the Earth between these 2 points. From that, we can work out how wide the world is at that latitude by taking the speed of the sun over a 24-hour period. This is where it gets interesting. For weeks, I worked out the distance of the Earth's circumference at every 1 degree latitude north and south of the equator, based on the sun's motion across the Earth. Number crunching at every latitude, every continent, to ensure my statistics were correct. I wanted to show we live on a globe. What I found wasn't a globe. It was definitely not what I expected to see. It isn't what we've been shown by NASA, and though it doesn't demonstrate the flat plane, is a shape that is unlike any other celestial body we observe from Earth. NASA has kind of told you the truth. The Earth bulges at the equator, an oblate spheroid. However, the bulge isn't that big to see from space. But from my findings, it extends from 15 degrees north to 15 degrees south. That's a distance of 2,200 miles, as far north as the middle of the Indian continent to mid-Australia. It's not a bulge, but a flat plane with a 1% declination. My findings also show that distances we are told between points in the Earth are not correct between those countries on either side of the Pacific. For example, Indonesia to Venezuela is 900 miles wrong. Australia to Brazil has a discrepancy of over 1,800 miles. And even China to the US, I have an issue with the acknowledged distance that we are told. The distances do not add up. The data I collected only covers 75 degrees north to 50 degrees south due to the lack of landmass. The circumference of each latitude, both north and south of the equator, fall as you go further away from the equator. However, the Earth is not symmetrical. At 50 degrees south, the circumference is 15,500 miles, whilst the equivalent in the north is over 19,000, a difference of over 4,000 miles. For simplicity, I plotted the data into an Excel spreadsheet which produced the shape of the Earth. The data extended to 75 degrees north and 50 south. The shape was completed through an assumption that the world continues its shape until the outer edge, the poles. Interestingly, I found some images on the internet which I had seen previously but had never considered them. Maybe the information was always out there, but we chose not to see. Our Earth shape is not what you have been told. It is far more elongated. All of us have seen pictures of Mars, Venus, our moon, and of our sun, and all are perfect spheres. We always considered the world was the same. Search the internet. You may find the answer to our question of what the world looks like. This image is on the NASA website. I put the link on for you. If this truly is the world we live on, then we must ask ourselves, why is it so different to all the other celestial bodies?